Bam! Cheers, Pat. Cheers,
Yes,
everybody.
sir. Okay, my go live button is still unclickable.
Okay, so let's give it like a minute. Or like just give it like 30 seconds. Hop in there, see if it's clickable, and just like kind of hang out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull your video out until you're back. Just so what you guys get to see, you get to see how we set up our like live situation. And this is where like I always think it's fun to see the kind of like the behind the scenes components of some of this stuff. It might just be slow. Let me check to make sure I have your right stream because I put your stream code in your link. Yeah, you're up there. So just go back into your app and pull up your thing, and then just see if it has that red button yet.
And do what one more time? Go into the app and
then just go to your stream for today, and then see if that red button is go live, and just wait there until it is.
Okay. Oh yeah, here it is. Perfect.
Booyah. And then you can pick the product that you want to highlight, and then we up in here. And oh, look at that.
Okay.
I got you. Look, you're live, bro. I'm pulling you up right now.
Epic.
So I'm going to do a little screen share for you guys so you can see Pat's channel. I'm excited. I get to be the first follower on your channel here, bro.
Epic. Appreciate the follow. I love all my followers, Coach Mike. Thank you.
Boom, we get to drop it in that chat. So, guys, if you're not already, I'm going to copy this link to Pat's stream, and I'm going to put it in the comments. Boom. I'm going to put it right here in the comments if you guys want to click on that. And then slowly but surely, Pat's going to kind of like get more consistency with his streaming. I'm going to be hooking him up with some of our sponsors because honestly, he's got a great – honestly, here's the cool thing about you, Pat, is like I think your personality, your passion, and your energy really radiates in everything that you do from my experience. So we'll get into the products. I'm going to let some people kind of trickle in here. I'm going through the products right now actually to see – we got some lightning deals. You're going to learn some really cool phrases here online, by the way, Pat, with all the cool stuff.
Epic. Thank you, Coach Mike. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Heck yeah.
Right. So now let's hop you back onto the camera if you can, or once you select the product in your app, then we'll get you back over here so we can see that awesome face of yours.
Okay, epic. All right, product selected.
Boom! Look at that. Yeah.
Just click on it.
Ooh, so hold on. Yeah, you got the portable. Looks like we got that. Oh, I got the Seagate portable hard drive too. This one's dope, bro.
Yeah, this one looks good. 200, lots of good positive reviews on it.
Yeah, this is actually a really popular one too. Good choice. Good choice. So we'll dig into that. So guys, what we're mostly going to be going through is the sponsor products that I have. Shout out to Wahoo and all of our sponsors for this side. And then Pat's going to have products in his carousel. He's just going to have highlighted. If you have questions on anything that you see on Pat's, oh, what's up, Donald? Donald says, hey, by the way, Pat, he's on my end. So what you'll see is you don't have your laptop set up.
What's up, Donald?
But you'll see that we have two different chats going. And technically, we're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch. So we're going to have a bunch of different like comment sections going off at once. So don't worry if you're like, dude, I don't see this comment or whatever. I'll funnel it to you. We'll be good.
Epic. I appreciate it. Okay.
So let's start with, before we even get into the products, dude, kind of while we're getting through stuff, I want to know, like, where are you at, by the way? Give us some of your story of, like, where you're at right now, what's going down, and everything that's going down. Oh, okay. We got, dude, so here's also a fun fact. As right now, it's kind of slow on Amazon, so there's, I feel like, a proportionally higher ratio of trolls. So, like, we got our first troll, Rickety Cricket, which is also a hilarious name.
Lit.
Yeah, so he's like, is that your boyfriend, Coach Mike? Yeah, Pat's my homie.
Hell yeah.
Hell
like, yeah. We got the trolls.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll like always just like, you know, they're honestly, the trolls even on Amazon aren't that bad, if I'm being honest. Like, they're really not.
Hey, and even if they are, it's keep commenting, dude. Yeah, keep this comments.
Keep commenting.
And, yeah, it helps us all out. Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
So, talk to me about, you're in Cali right now, bro.
Yeah, so I'm in California. I'm in sunny Los Angeles right now. Living in a van. Super crazy. Just drove out here with the boys like 2 weeks ago. We're a bunch of skateboarders. We film skate videos semi-professionally or professionally. I don't really know the difference in skating because either way, you're pretty much broke. So we're out here living the dream. And I have a landscape and hardscape company that I'm starting out here, and I'm working on a couple leads right now. Been just absolutely cranking it out in that regard, and just putting in a lot of effort. And it's super gnarly being out here with. I'm sitting in a van right now. I got no crew, I got no trucks, I got nothing, and I'm in the middle of closing this deal in Silver Lake on a $1.7 million house with probably 60 plus $1,000 worth of landscaping. And I've now teamed up and partnered with this lady, Patricia, over here, who has like a big legit company. That's a lesson as well. You can do anything as long as you can find the people who know how to do it. As long as you can get yourself in the door, then just find the people who know how to do it and get them in there.
That's a great point.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. Yeah, so that's where it's at right now, and I'm super stoked. Got a meeting set next week, 2 meetings next week, and we're just trying to keep it rolling because, I like taking risks and I like just doing whatever I want. And in order to do that, you gotta push the edge a little bit. So that's we got the edge pushed pretty far right now. So I'm loving it.
Dude, so I think there's a couple things that I heard you say I want to unpack there is, and just to give a little bit more context to it, because here's the thing I think that's beautiful is like at this moment in your life, you have the ability to take these risks. I mean, at every moment in anyone's life, we have the ability to take risks, right? Like I even take risks in my own business. Like if I look at, I was talking to my accountant on Monday, who happens to be like my family, like my dad, my mom, and my brother-in-law are my accountants. I'm very fortunate. I have like accountants all around me. So talking to my dad, like looking at like, all right, cool. This is how much revenue we reported and we generated. This like basically 50% of the money we made last year, I doubled down and put back into the business. Like half the money, out of every dollar, 50 cents put back into the business and investing in a variety of ways. So it's like really betting. Oh, what's up, Delbert? Hey. Delbert says, hey, homies. Being able to do that. So I really respect that and appreciate that. And then it's being able to say like, hey, you could push it to this crazy limit because like, you don't have to worry about kids or a wife or like a family in that dynamic of it. You got yourself. I think, dude, this is like me and Ashley and we've talked about this. Like, I love being able to, if I could go back in hindsight, I think having a van, being able to roll up places, being able to travel and being able to like be on the road like that is such a power, especially now with technology, right? With Amazon. And even if you look in Pat's carousel, guys, like, so what I'll do is I linked to Pat's, but I'm going to put another link in my chat. So if you guys want to go check out the products he's got, I just put it if you guys want to go check them out. Are you the black sheep for not being an accountant? No, I guess my brother's a lawyer. I don't know, man. Like, I guess I am. I actually got a call from my cousin years ago. And this is just a question that came up in the chat, by the way, Pat.
Okay.
And they were like, dude, you're the first professional athlete in our family. Like in our entire family history of like Carlos, I'm the first pro athlete. So yeah, like it's cool. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm the first pro athlete and pro fighter. And being able to do that was like kind of cool because everyone's like accountants or like lawyers or like business owners, electricians, like professional athlete. How so? Ooh, so that's a good. Yeah, so Rickety Cricket, you don't even know about me, bro. You don't even Google me, Nancy.
Oh yeah, watch out for this guy. Watch out for this guy. Yeah.
But yeah, so I was able to have a career as a professional Muay Thai fighter. I lived in Thailand. I was the head strength coach of a strength conditioning facility out there, Phuket Top Team. Shout out to Lurdzilla and the whole crew, Boyd Clark, all the amazing guys. Eric Uresk, who's now in Cali, actually, he's in San Diego. Dude, I still got to hook you up with my homie Scotty, who's in San Diego too. He drives up and down the coast as well. So let's see what else. Yeah, honestly, so that's like a little bit of like just kind of bringing that in, and I figured we'll dig into a little bit on like how we know each other, and then we can go back and forth into the products. While we're doing this, guys, I'm gonna be highlighting the products. Yeah, I definitely got my hair knocked off in those fights. Now, I lost my hair way before I was fighting. Ironically, zing, yeah, that's a good one. I honestly, so like I'll show you guys a quick story. I don't even know if I told you this one, Pat. So I used to be like super chubby as a kid, like really heavy, and always like just didn't have an understanding of nutrition in relationship to food. So I was maybe like 240, 250 at like my heaviest as like 16 in high school, like which is like way too big for my body frame, even though I'm 6 foot. Like it wasn't all muscle. So I actually got cut from the varsity baseball team my junior year. I thought I was a shoo-in because we had won states the year before, and I was on the JV team. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get called up next year, be a part of the team. Like I'm a shoo-in, right? It all makes sense now, right? Yeah. So then anyways, boom, chubby. I lose a bunch of weight. I go from like 240 pounds to 155 pounds in like 3 months, which is like way too fast to lose all that weight. It's basically like 8 pounds a week, which is like super extreme. And yeah, dude, it was way. And I started losing my hair. Like, and I also have like a genetic predisposition to hair loss. Like, also another fun fact, one of my dad's clients, who unfortunately, rest in peace, Joe Paris, he's passed away now. Cheers to you, homie. He was Frank Sinatra's toupee guy. Like, fun fact, I don't know if you guys knew this. Frank Sinatra wore a toupee. I don't know if you knew that. So he was his toupee guy in the later years of his life. And he was such a gangster, dude. I love that guy.
Dang, dude. R.I.P. Yeah, that's
yeah. Anyway, so I'm going into a whole tangent, and yeah, Rickety Cricket saying R.I.P. Joe, right? Yeah, nice. So, anyways, let's talk about so Pat was actually in Asheville. He's training at Rogue. We've crossed paths from that capacity, but then also we started working together in a coaching capacity through a online program, working through coaching, and then actually Pat took, and this is just my interpretation of it, dude, and I'd love to hear your side of it. My interpretation is you took like a really big entrusting step of say, hey man, I want to do your body recomp program. I want to work with you. Like not necessarily in the body recomp side. You have like already a good body composition. It's more of some of the other coaching components of it.
Appreciate
say, hey man, like I'm basically going to just like kind of do this like internship or whatever you want to do, like barter kind of system. Like, hey man, let's do this. I'll offer up this value for you, learning the ropes of Amazon, learning the ropes of our business while you're also running landscaping and like doing our coaching, and we get our weekly calls. And like, honestly, this can be an extension of that today as we're going through the products and whatnot. But that's like my experience of kind of how we know each other and how we've crossed paths. But even start with like, as you get into Rogue and then to us and how we got to here. I'd love to hear your version of that.
Okay. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. You mean how I even found Rogue or any of that type of stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude. Yeah. So I was in Asheville for how deep are we getting on this too? I don't know any of these people on this live stream. I really don't care.
Yeah, it's as deep as you want to get, dude. Like you don't have to go any depths, or you can get as deep as you want. What I will say, and this is my thoughts on all of this, is the more vulnerable and transparent you are, like people tend to like appreciate that. But you also may want to save it for like another time on another stream. That's totally up to you, dude.
Totally, yeah. I'll drop the real bombs, when the numbers are coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Like let that like kind of stoke the fire, as it were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. So, basically, I was in Asheville. Long story short, just getting some mental health treatment. Because dude, I'm a loose screw, and I was up in Asheville getting some mental health treatment, and I stumbled upon Rogue. I was Googling gyms. I've been wanting to start training for like years. I'm sure everyone says the same thing. They're like, dude, I wanted to do this for like so long, and I finally pulled the trigger. So I wanted to do this for a while, and I started looking up gyms when I was in Asheville, and just like saw Rogue like on Google, and I was like, all right, this one looks like kind of like legit. Like this doesn't look just like some CrossFit gym or some shit. Or something or whatever. And sorry about that. And so I was like, all right, let's see what this is about. So I walked in, and I think it was Brown Mike there. Or no, it was Phil there. And it was like the advanced Muay Thai class that I walked into at like 7 p.m. or whatever it was at the old gym. And I like walk up to the gym. There's like the American flag in the window. The windows are all sweated over. And I like open the door. There's like the cage and all the medals and stuff, and then like all the belts. I'm like, oh dude, this is lit. And I'm talking to Phil, and there's dudes, and everyone's in there. I think it was like everyone's like practicing leg kicks. They had like the big like leg kick pads.
Oh yeah.
And dudes were just kicking those pads, and I was like, man, this is nuts. I was like, I gotta get a piece of this. And so I was talking to Phil. He was super cool. And the place just seemed sick. I was like, all right, this is like the place. So set up let's see, that was like Friday, I think. And I set up an 8 a.m. Jiu-jitsu class and walked in that morning. It was like just Brown Mike and Johnny, and I think like one other dude there. And so Brown Mike got me right. He was my first dude I ever did jujitsu with, and he was showing me how to, do the guard and all that stuff, side control and all that stuff. And I was like, all right, this is dope. So I bought the membership on the spot. Got like the whole package, like
Wait, I'm gonna pause you really quick, just real quick, because
I'm
there's
rambling.
questions coming in the chat. They're like Brown Mike ? Like, all right, so let me give you context to what Pat's saying, because this is not a like we didn't give him that name. He gave himself that name.
No, dude, and he wears it proud. He was
this isn't like one of those.
Not Mike.
Yeah, my homie Brown Mike is legit Brown Mike, and I highly recommend check him out on Instagram. Awesome. He still virtually works for Rogue. He works remotely. Posts inspirational content every Monday. Dude's
Motivation
awesome.
Mondays.
Yeah, what's up? So shout out to Brown Mike, and that's like he's a legit person and legit awesome dude. And he may have some like tan skin. That's basically all it is.
Dude, it was the funniest thing. I never met anybody like that in my life. He was like, "What's up, dude? Brown Mike." And I was like, "Oh, heck yeah," And then like a couple minutes later, I'm like, "Hey, Mike, can I?" He's like, "Dude, it's Brown Mike, bro." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "I got you, bro."
Like, I got you, bro.
Never made that mistake again. Yeah, Coach Mike. So when the comments come in, just you can cut me off and we'll answer the questions in the chat because I can't see the chat.
I got you. Yeah, exactly. And one of them was like, I'm gonna give myself a nickname, Hung Troll. Bringing that heat, and I'm Ginger Delbert. Now the chat's just making up their own nicknames. Like, I like it, guys. Yeah, let me put your nickname in the chat.
Call me.
Yeah, you got Pretty Pat, but like we need to come up with like another like fun. Yeah. So also, guys, let's have you. I want you guys to come up with a nickname for me and Pat, like individually. Like, what's Pat's nickname? What's my nickname? And then maybe come up with a group name for us as we're streaming together. That'll be a fun little game in the chat. All right. So anyway,
something cool. I want to get mad this morning.
You want to get who?
I said, don't make it something nice. I want to get mad this morning. I want to get fired up.
Get Hype City and then go into and we'll roll into like, hey, you doing jiu-jitsu in LA. You're at 10th Planet. I actually got to hook you up with my homie Eddie, because Eddie's at 10th Planet too. Damn, I gotta hook you up with so many people, man. This is actually a good opportunity during this live stream. I'm gonna send a bunch of messages.
Thanks, Coach Mike.
And just kind of like connect you up. So while we're doing that, all right. So now you're at Rogue. Start us from there. His name is Shock Therapy. All right. So they want to call you Shock Therapy because I don't know.
That's weak. That's cool. Hit us with another one.
Yeah. Keep it rolling though. How about this? At the end of the stream, we'll pick. I'll let Pat pick Natty Light Mike.
I like that one.
Chris is it? What's up, Chris? So Chris, this is my homie Pat. Just like he's gonna break into the story and you'll kind of catch up as we go through. And then what I'll do is at the end of the stream, guys, I'll pick a winner. We'll do a giveaway. I'll pick a winner for the best, or I'll let Pat pick a winner for the best nickname, and then I'll do a giveaway for you guys. I'll give you something.
Okay.
So epic. You're at Rogue. You're doing jiu-jitsu.
Yes, I'm at Rogue. I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I'm doing Muay Thai. I'm going in like 3 times a day because I don't have nothing to do. I'm just in the van. I'm doing like those treatments and just in the van. So I literally like just posted up, slept at the gym. Like, dude, I was out there cooking in the back of the gym, cooking steaks in between class and like washing my rash guard out, like hanging it in the sun. So it was lit. It was honestly like one of the coolest months of my whole year last year. It was really sick. And so yeah, I just got like a good taste of like some fundamentals. I got some really solid fundamentals. I'll say this is actually a great time to say this. I've been to a good number of gyms afterwards, and I've never encountered that level of instruction. Even here at 10th Planet HQ, as far as for like a beginner, like to set the fundamentals, I have never seen that detailed level of like fundamental instruction. Because I'll go to these different gyms, and kids who have like been doing this stuff way longer than me will be like, we'll be like, oh damn, I don't know. I learned some like really solid fundamentals there, dude, and it was insane. And it's really carried over like throughout the time. And so yeah, I'm super grateful for that. And so basically after going to Rogue, so I and like I'll preface this with saying like, dude, I'm a total I don't know, casual, I guess. Like, I'm new to all this stuff, so I'm gonna get roasted in the chat, like whatever. But basically, after all that stuff, I actually got an opportunity to work on this sailboat with my buddy.
Whoa.
So yeah, it was super sick. So we went and worked on this sailboat with this guy in St. John and sailed from St. John up to Miami, like through the DR, through past the Bahamas and all that into Miami. It took like a month and some change. And so we get to Miami, we get to Fort Lauderdale. I'm out with my boy or something one night, and some dude, and we're talking like earlier, we were just talking about jujitsu or whatever and all this stuff because he like watches all the Gracie in action videos. It was, oh, dude, you know, have you seen this or whatever? It's so lit. So we're talking about all that earlier in the day, and it's funny how you attract, like, it's funny how you can tune your channels and then all of a sudden you're attracting certain stuff. So we're talking about all this jujitsu stuff earlier in the day. That night, basically this guy like tries us up and ends up pulling a knife out on us, and like it was a calm situation. It ended up this kid just like wanted to wrestle or whatever. It was the weirdest thing.
That's
it ended
weird,
up it was like it was the weirdest thing, dude. It was like this kid pulled a knife on us. It was like pressing us, and then it ended up like a high school wrestling match in the recess yard or whatever. And so yeah, so basically I end up squaring up with this kid. He was like, dude, let's just wrestle. We wrestle. I choked the kid. And I was like, damn, this is so lit. Like, this is so effective. I'm a small guy. Like, this dude was bigger than me. Like, and I was never that dude. Like, in high school, I was, you know, I would fight kids in the bathroom or whatever, you know, go 15 or whatever, you know, but I was never that guy to be like, oh, if something happens, like, you know, Pat's going to get us right. And so that level of confidence. So after that happened, I was like, oh, number one, this stuff is lit. And number two, I got to get back in the gym because I can't, like, you know, be just feeling like I know something when I really don't know anything. I don't even know, like, the tiny tip of the iceberg. So, yeah, all that, I'm just super grateful for all that and, like, where it's led. And so now, I went back to Atlanta. My buddy down there, he's at ATT in Gwinnett. Diego Lima's gym, and so I was up there training for a little bit, and then now I'm in California at 10th Planet, and it's just lit, man. It's just a cool thing. I love it, and I can't get enough of it. And it's like the more you learn, the more you know you don't know nothing about this stuff, and you got to keep going and just showing up every day. So that's just where I'm at right now with it all.
Dude, I think that's so. There's so many things to unpack there, and then the chat's kind of popping off a little bit with like different names and whatnot. So we got
we're getting some roast in the chat.
Yeah, so like we got Mike and Ike for that one, like the candy. Was it because I'm sweet? I think maybe because I'm sweet. You know what I mean? And then I think he's saying, and then we got Chris saying Pat the dog. Pat is the man. First off, he's saying you're the man. He's saying Pat the dog, like maybe because you got like that dog.
Hey,
you got that dog fight.
Yeah. I got that dog in me, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Pat's definitely an awesome dude. I'll say that for sure. So yeah, all right. So now, like, fast forward, where do we want to go to now? And I'm kind of curious, guys. Do you have questions? I'll pause for a second. We'll kind of kick it to the chat. Be like, guys, talk to us about questions in the chat. Also, like and then maybe we'll fast forward to like you're in California now. And like what not only brings you out there from like I know we talked about like for like landscaping and doing business with that, and that's like something. Maybe what you guys would like to see Pat talk about, because Pat, you have background with like skateboarding, with like filming and content creation, but also in like agricultural landscaping. So I feel like there's so many cool things you could do with your live channel, with your store, with the videos, the sponsors. You could do stuff on like, hey, here's like my top 10 things I use for my landscaping company. Here's my top 10 things I use when I'm filming a shoot with my skating crew. Or like maybe like, hey, here's the 10 things you definitely don't want that are like poser-ish. Or I don't know. Like, I'm just throwing some ideas out here, and I'm curious what you guys would want to see from Pat as well, especially as and here's what's cool. Like, you can't see this because you have it on your phone, but one of the cool things I'll show you really quick is I'll show you a little screen share just to give you guys an insight into like how this stuff works. So you could see, right? See these bubbles popping up with the product? That means people are clicking on this to view it. So you can see like the engagement with your stuff. See these little stars? That means people are like starring and liking your stuff. So it's interesting to see, like, just so you guys know, if you're at home and you're wondering, like, what does that even mean? That's what that means, by the way. So, like, believe it or not, all that engagement actually makes a difference for us. It actually helps us out and is truly appreciated. So please, if you want, like, smash that little star button, click on all the products, check them out. And a bonus, check this out. I'm going to give you something cool that most people don't know. There's something called an InLink coupon. So I'm going to go to my chat just because I know some of the products that have it. So here, this is a lightning deal right here. So I'm going to school you, Pat, because you haven't had any time on Amazon yet. So I get to run you through this, and you guys will hopefully learn. So see how it says 10% claimed right here? So this is something called a lightning deal. That means that this deal has, let's actually check to see. It's got 70% off. It's marked down 70%, but there's only like 100 of this in inventory. So once this is 100% claimed, it's out. So it's running for 10 hours. But if that stock gets pulled, like if there's 100 units and all 100 units sell out before the 10 hours is up, you guys are out of luck. So like order this stuff when you see it, because that like percentage claims can go pretty quickly. And then also, let's see if I can find one with an InLink coupon. So let's see if this Dream Egg, for example, has an InLink coupon. So when I say InLink coupon, when you click on the product, sometimes there'll be an additional discount or savings. Let's see if our sandals have it. We don't have it on the sandals. I'm going to find a good one. I bet you know what I bet? I bet this is actually cool, and I feel like you would like too, Pat. This is a portable charger for your phone and for your smartwatch.
Nice.
That one will probably come in clutch. I don't see, damn, we don't have any good InLink coupons. I'm like putting myself on the spot right now, and I don't even have it. Let's see if like Soundcore has one. But basically the point of this is like click on all the products, guys, because you never know. They might have additional savings that you're not seeing because you're not clicking on the product. So I'm going to try and see if I can find one maybe at the top of the carousel. First off, look at this little Easter do-it-yourself kind of thing.
Nice.
Let's see if this one has. Dang, we don't have any of the InLinks. I'm just looking like a fool right now because I wanted to like – most of these are already marked down. So if they're already marked down, usually they won't have InLinks with it. But, all right, I'm going to stop sharing. Once I can actually find an InLink, I'll show it to you guys. But in the meantime – Pat, keep hitting us with those awesome stories.
Epic. Thanks, Coach Mike.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Let's we can go down the story lane. Well, a little update on my situation too. I think this is a funny one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm here in Cali. I'm talking to these people, you know, doing very much high-end landscape jobs. And I'm sitting in a van that leaks water, bro. It was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. It rained for like 2 days straight. And I put my hand down here in the back. You know how there's that extra thing in the vans? I put my hand in there, and it's like 1.5 inches of water, bro, and it's still there. So I got to figure out how to get that out, you know, before it starts smelling.
So yeah, any sponsors want to send Pat a pump, or
a
water pump or anything?
I could use a pump for sure. Yeah, maybe some silicone too. I'll patch the roof.
There you go. And that's what I'm saying. Like those little things, man, like this is such a great journey to document. And this is what me and Ashley wanted to do, because there aren't very many streamers, at least on Amazon, that are talking about how you can turn like a school bus or a van, convert it, and what that life on the road is like. So you have a very, in my opinion, a unique opportunity to talk about all these different products that can be related to it and like have that niche kind of nailed down. But also I finally found a product. So when you guys click on it, this is what I'm talking about. You'll see how it says save, apply, $20 coupon at checkout. You click that, boom, you save an extra $20. So not every product's going to have that, and not all of them will have the same amount. But sometimes I've seen products where you could save like $100 or more, or like 50% off with an InLink coupon. So like always click on the products to check.
Nice. Thank you, Coach Mike.
Yeah, dude. All right. So boom. Yeah, dude. Like Ivan, my homie in San Diego, Scotty. So I sent you 3 people's profiles on Instagram. And then when you send them a friend request, I'll put us all in a group chat so I can connect you guys. Just let me know like once you're like synced up with them, because they won't know who you are. So I'll just like let them know.
Perfect.
Like my buddy Eddie, I think he's in LA right now because he's like a musician. And he's also at 10th Planet with Eddie Bravo. So like he's sometimes he's in Hawaii, sometimes he's in New York, sometimes he's in Cali. So I got to figure out where he is right now. But I'd love for you guys to sync up because he's cool AF. You guys all, I think, vibe really well. Then Eric and Scotty, they're awesome dudes in San Diego, and they're just like good peeps, MMA dudes. Scotty's also like runs one of the biggest cannabinoid companies on the coast. So anyways, all that to say,
thanks so much, Coach Mike.
Yeah, dude. I respect, like, because like if you wouldn't show up and do things and get into all that stuff, like that's my tip to you guys, and I tell Pat this like on our private calls is like, you never know who's watching. You know what I mean? I've been really fortunate to have some great people and mentors in my life, and they were like watching from the sideline or watching in the back and like seeing what I was doing, and then like when the time was right, they like reached out to let me know like, yo, you're crushing it, or keep doing this or whatever, and I want to pay that forward too. Mm-hmm. So, all right, we're kind of jumping around a little bit. That's part of the funsies. Again, I'm highlighting the products in the carousel, guys. So if you have questions, let me know. And then what I'll do is once I go through all the products, I'll even do some screen sharing and some kind of demoing of the products and all that fun stuff. And so with that being said, talk to me about like, even this is where I actually wanted to like hybrid up some coaching and go into like, I'm going to ask you some questions live, and we won't go into super personal things, but I want to ask, like, how's your week been, dude? Because we're working obviously on health. We're working on business. We're working on a variety of things. How's been the last like 7 days? What's been the biggest positive from your last week?
Man, I'm grateful for the last 7 days. It's been epic. Nothing short of epic. The biggest positive for sure was nailing that meeting down, recovering. I had to make the most gnarly recovery of all time with this client. So do you want to hear the story?
Yeah, I want to hear a story.
Okay, so basically I meet with this client. I'm freaking out because this is actually a big client. It's a huge house. The guy's the homeowner and the builder. So this guy knows, he knows the ins and outs of all this landscaping, all this type of stuff. So I'll start from the first meeting. So I park up the street because I'm in this old not rat van, loves van. I'm not going to, loves van, but I'm in this old van. Yeah. So I can't pull up to this, this massive house in Silver Lake in this van and try to sell this guy anything. He's got to get out of here. So I park up the street. I got my good clothes on. That's everyone knows this. I'm not saying anything new, but appearance is everything. This guy had no idea that I just hopped out of this old van. For all he knows, I'm getting in a brand new GMC. And so I go to the property. I meet with the guy. He's super cool. He liked me. It was great. Basically on the spot, I sold him on a design for $1,500. We sell designs for $1,500, and I pay a guy on Fiverr to make them for $60. Yeah. And so it's great. It's a great return. And so he was like, okay, great. He's like, yeah, I'd love to move forward with that. And for something this big, I actually had never sold a design for $1,500. I just kind of like on the spot was vibing it out and was like, all right, we usually do 8 for the front, 8 for the back, and this is a front and back, so whatever, I'll do $1,500 for this guy. And so we shook hands. He was like, great. And I figured $1,500, this guy just contacted me through a flyer. Like, I don't feel entirely comfortable like pulling out my phone and being like, all right, just sell me $1,500 right now, no contract. So yeah. I told him, I was like, okay, sounds great. I'll get our contract sent over to you, which I didn't have at the time. We don't have a contract. I was like, great, I'll get our contract sent over to you. And then we'll you can sign it. I'll send it via DocuSign, and then we'll just move forward from there. And so made a contract when I got home, sent it over to him, and then he started asking questions. And so he's like, okay, this is all great, but before I sign it, I basically want to see an example of what this design is going to look like, of a 3D render of what this is going to look like. So I have a bunch of 3D renders, but they're all from Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where I ran my business out of. And I have nothing here in California. So I was like, oh no. So I got this text at like 1 a.m. I don't know why he texted me at 1 a.m, but I like woke up out of my sleep at 2 and saw this text that was like, hey, I need to see one before I sign this contract and see the money. Yeah. So I'm like, oh man. So I pull up my computer and just pulled a complete all-nighter making a design for California. Because like I said, I pay a guy to do these designs. I don't have the software. So what I had to do was go into his whole what do you call it? Like his whole portfolio of designs and find one that kind of looked like California, and then take the screenshots from that had Fiverr watermarks all over them, find out how to remove the watermarks, put it in Photoshop, threw my logo on it. And then the guy also wanted a 2D plan because he's a builder and he like has a legit, he's legit. So I had to make this like so makeshift, like you would absolutely crack up if you saw this 2D plan. And so I made it like online with like this free software, and like everything's like a little bit off, and it's like there's no measurements, and so I just totally winged it. And so I sent him over this design. The 3D model looked great. I just put the 2D in there because I was like, whatever, it seems like we need to have this in here. So he was like, okay, this is great. Can I go see this property? And I was like, oh man, that's not the question that I really wanted. And and I was like, yes, sir. I was like, this one was actually a job that we were hired on just to create the 3D model. So this is a little bit further away from LA. It's like I forget what, it's Carlsbad or something. Yeah. And I was like, we were just hired on this job for the 3D model. I felt like this was a great representation of, what our models look like. And so he goes, okay, like I said, this guy's a builder. He's not dumb. Like he knows this stuff. So he's like, okay, that's cool. He was like, can you send me a 3D model of a home? And this is like a 2-day drawn out, like text process. So he sends me a text. Okay. He goes, can you send me a model of something you've done here that I can go look at? And so again, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh no, like, what I do. So my buddy's girlfriend's friend's uncle lives here. Yeah, dude, gotta pull all the strings. Yeah. So he lives here. He's actually lit. He like won a Grammy and stuff for some like jazz something. I don't know. But he's got like a Grammy sitting on his piano, super lit. This house up in North Hollywood. And so I hit up my guy, Seco Landscaping. Anybody needs 3D models, this guy, Seco Landscaper, will get it done, and he'll get it done cheap. So I hit him up that day and was like, bro, and he's from Pakistan. And so it's like we have this really funny correspondence. He'll be like, oh man, you're my best friend, So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, my best friend, I was like, can you make a 3D model of this property like ASAP? I was like, I need it ASAP. He was like, yeah, how much? I was like, I don't know, dude, $40 or something. It was like this tiny little thing. And he's like, for sure. So send him 40. He made the model. And the Uncle D's house it has turf in the front, and it has like all these old established plants. And I was like, dude, there's no way that this guy is going to buy that I installed those, because those were installed like 10, 15 years ago. And so I told him, I was like, hey, David, I was like, here's a model of a house that we did here in North Hollywood. You're welcome to drive by and check it out. All we did was the turf install and the rock install. The plants were already there, but this is just a good representation of how, the 3D model looks as compared to the real house and stuff like that. And so he was like, oh man, he was like still kind of sketch, he was like, what, like, I don't know. He was like, North Hollywood's a little far for me. He was like, and in this whole meantime process, these days, I've been calling around to different companies around here to try to partner with somebody for this job. Because like I said, I have no truck, no crew. I got nothing. And so I found this lady, Patricia, who's like a great lady. She used to like actually work in the film industry. She made movies for like 15 years or something like that. And now she's in landscaping basically as like a passion project, but she's been doing it for 8 years. She's like an absolute professional. She's done over 100 properties here in LA. Super cool old hippie lady. She's like kind of spacey, so like we kind of vibe on that level. And so yeah, so I met her. So then he nailed me down. He tried to call me one day and then sent a text right after. I ignored the call, and then he sent a text right after and goes basically like, hey man, I'm going to need to see some shit, or I'm not like going forward, or I'm going to need to see something, or I'm not going forward with this. And so I had like a choice to make. I was like, okay, do I pull out my final stop in this process and hit up this girl that I know in Venice that has a nice house with a good flagstone patio and ask her if I can basically tour her house and say that I did all this stuff at her house? I was like, do I either do that or do I just basically keep it transparent with this guy because I've BS'd him to the absolute limit, and it's like I'm kind of tired of playing this game. Like I want this job, and it's like a toss up. It's like, all right, if I try to BS him one more time, I think this guy's already on the edge, and I think he would probably be like, dude, there's something off about this. I'm out of here. I'm picking somebody else. So I sat on it. I thought about it, and then I gave him a call back and just told him honestly. I was like, David. David. You know, how's it going? Whatever. And I was like, the 3D models that we sent you is the extent of the work that we've done here in Los Angeles. I was like, I have an established company in Atlanta. My business partner is still back there running it. Here's the website. You're welcome to check it out. This and that and third. I'm out here expanding. I've partnered up with Patricia at this company. I'm really excited for you to meet her. So that was the thing. The first meeting, I set a second meeting right at the end of the first meeting. So we already had a meeting locked in for Thursday. So I had I already was like, dude, I'm talking to you on Thursday. I'm coming to the house on Thursday. So I was like, yeah, partnering with Patricia, She's amazing. She has over 100 properties that we can go look at. She's been in the business for almost a decade. She's an absolute expert. She's an expert with the xeriscapes. He wanted a xeriscape, which is like a low maintenance, low water usage type of landscape. And I was just like, I think you guys will really get along, which is true. They're both like kind of spacey people from Santa Monica. And so, and they really got along. And so I was like, and I'm bringing her to our meeting on Thursday, and I'm really looking forward to you meeting her. And so I basically told him, dude, I'm way in over my head. I don't know what I'm doing without saying it. And so he was like, and so after I was done with my spiel, he was like, okay. He was just like, okay, you know, he was like, that sounds good. He was like, I'll look at the contract tomorrow. I'll sign it and I'll get payment to you. And then I'll meet with y'all on Thursday. So he ended up, he didn't sign it on Wednesday, but I didn't press him about it. I was like, whatever, I'm going to just see him on Thursday. So we met, which was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. We met at 12, and it was awesome. Well, so first I'm calling my buddy, and I'm like, dude, can I please use your car to go to this meeting? Because he's got this really nice brand new. He's got a Camry, you know, but it's brand new, it's nice. And it's the only friend I got that's got like a decent car, and out here. And so I was like, man, can I please come in your Camry so that I kind of, you know, look like I got some type of money? And so he was like, yeah, man, I got you. So I'm almost to the property. It's like, we're meeting at 12. It's like 11:30 and we're in LA. You know, if you need to go anywhere that's more than a mile away, it's probably an hour. And so my buddy texted me at like 11:30 and was like, yo, bro. He was like, my bad, dude. He was like, I haven't even left yet. And I was like, bro, I was so mad. I was like, dude, come on. You know, I was like, I needed this. So I just parked up the street again, walked to the property, met with all three of them. It was amazing. This lady, Patricia, absolutely crushed it. Built tons of rapport with this guy. She like does Kevin Bacon's house. She's like friends with Kevin Bacon, and she's like, you know, talking, oh yeah, Kevin, this and that. He lets me do whatever I want at the house, and I did this and that, whatever. And this guy's just loving it. He's loving every single bit of it. And at the end of the meeting, he shook my hand and was just like, looked me in the eyes, was like, man, thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate it. You know, and that was basically him saying like, man, I really appreciate you, you know, being willing to, or I appreciate you bringing in experts, and I appreciate the fact that you have showed me that you care enough about my landscape to want to do it right. And so I gained his trust. So it was awesome. And so I said, you know, great, So he was like, oh, and he was like, yeah, he was like, I'll get back with you about that design plan. And so I texted him later that evening. It was just like, you know, a little follow up to the meeting, a little reminder about the pay. I was like, you know, as soon as you sign the contract and send the payment. We can get started on the design process, etc. And he sent me back with like advice and stuff. Like this guy's like now trying to help me out. And he this is the craziest thing, Coach. He's my client, and this guy's like trying to spend tons of money with me, and now he knows that I don't really fully know what I'm doing, but I'm willing to bring in experts that do. So now this guy's trying to help me out. So he's texting me, and he's like, man, he's like, okay, great. He's like, before I pay and everything, I want to talk with you about an irrigation plan and like how you're going to go about doing that. He was like, man, if I was you in this position right now, and this guy's a business owner too, so he gets it. And he was like, man, if I was you in this position, I would talk to the Jeremys, which is one of my irrigation guys, and the Patricias of the world, and get their thoughts, get their expertise, and then hop on YouTube and learn how to do irrigation and learn the ins and outs of it, so that when you converse with them, you know what you're talking about and you gain their respect too. Like, dude, this is my client. This is not like my uncle or something.
Yeah.
This is insane. And so I was like, yeah, that was awesome. I was like, I appreciate it so much, appreciate the advice, everything like that. And so it's just on a good foot. And part of me, I'm like, damn, now this guy knows I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But it's like he knows that I know enough to put the right people in the right places, and I care enough about his landscape that it's going to get done right. And so that's where that's at. So it's been a hell of a ride so far. And so I'm going to follow up with him on Sunday, set a meeting for him next week, and we'll go over all the irrigation stuff, get that contract signed, get that money sent over, and start this design.
And then so here's a cool thing, and this goes back to, and then we got some questions coming in the chat too.
Epic.
That you talk about, it's like, again, being transparent. Sometimes that's an uncomfortable conversation in whatever capacity, but like also to your point, that's where, in my experience, some of the best clients that I've had, when I say best, I mean like have no problem paying, are the like people I want to work with, and my ideal client, right? They not only will pay you like top dollar and what you're worth, but like they also will like one of my first clients that did this to me, I offered him, and this was back in like when I was like my early 20s coming up as a trainer. And then, all right, before I get into this, I'll get some questions because Chris has some questions for you. So Chris wants to know, what's your favorite thing about skateboarding, and what do you do to train for, I guess, specifically for like skateboarding?
For skating, yeah. My favorite thing about skating is that fact that there is training, but there's really not. It's like so abstract that it's like you just pick up your board and go skate with the homies, and that's it, And it's just like, I don't know, it's freedom, and it's like you're able to maneuver the world that appears as like a simulation, and you're out here, jumping down the stairs, and the normal people are like, dude, what the heck's going on? You just broke the matrix for me. And it's like a normal day for you. It's really cool. It allows you to step outside of all that normal stuff and just do something cool. And also I, got in a bunch of trouble as a kid. So I kind of like, skating. I don't know.
I think that's awesome. Sorry, I'm just like actually. So we have a video. Young Sam, shout out to Young Sam, by the way, from Road Combat Club. He works at the gym.
I know Sam. Yeah, shout out Sam. Heck yeah.
He's got his own like side hustle going where he does like videography and marketing and some like social media consulting and stuff. So I'm like, all right, dude, come over and we'll shoot every month. I have a social media manager that gives me a list of content to make for the month, and then he's gonna come over and help me film it today. So he's just kind of coordinating with me, like, all right, what am I about? Anyways, so that's another thing. But like, so to your point, like when I was a young trainer, I was, dude, this is actually, I'll go into a whole crazy story.
Let's hear it.
Relative. Also, again, lightning deal, guys. I'm highlighting this MagSafe magnetic car mount for your phone that I actually set up in the car yesterday. I have a video. It should be coming up in the next couple of days, and it's like super cool. It's literally, you just like, whether you have a magnet on your phone case or not, your phone is just going to stick to it, which is super cool. But anyways, so this client is like, hey man, I want to work with you. Cause what I would do, like I worked for a buddy of mine that owned a company. He was really smart. This is when Groupon was first like popping off. And then Chris's question is he on YouTube and Facebook? Yeah, so if people want to follow you, so like Chris, I sent the link to his Amazon channel if you want to follow him there. But then also, Pat, if people want to like follow you and like check out your stuff, what's the best platform to do that?
Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, pretty.pat with an underscore, and send me an email. I'll add you to my email list. I'm developing a course for this whole landscaping thing. So send me a DM with your email. I'll add you to my email list, and I'll keep you updated on all this stuff.
Boom. So I'm going to drop that in the chat, and I'm also going to look at this. I'm going to pop it up on the screen real quick. Boop. There we go. There we go. So yeah, so I just dropped that in the chat for you, Chris. If you want to go give him a follow, make sure you're following his Amazon channel here on the platform. You got his Instagram, check all that fun stuff out. So anyways, so you know, my buddy, when Groupon was first coming up, what he did was he was smart. He launched a Groupon for his gym. He partnered with an already existing gym. They were kind of struggling. And he's like, yo, man, his parents are accountants too. He's a smart business guy. He's a pro MMA fighter coming up on the local New York scene, and just realized, like, honestly, he's smart. He's like, dude, there's not going to be career money for me in this. I need to like figure out business stuff. That's where the money's going to be at. And what he did was he's like, yo, I'll partner up with your gym. Any new revenue I generate, I want to split the money with you 50 or whatever their number was. So he's like, all right, I don't care about old business. I'm going to help you with the new business. He set up a Groupon, and that Groupon just took off. So like 1,000 Groupons for the gym. It was like a 30-day whatever. You know, and then obviously he was really good at upselling people to stay at the gym. So then what he did was he went to other local gyms and studios and martial arts that were kind of struggling to get new clients and be like, yo, I'll put you on our Groupon. They can come in. And then the goal is after 30 days, or whatever many sessions, we'll upsell them. So then he would contract me and my business, and he'd say, all right, Mike, I have these gyms for you to go in and coach at. And then I would not only coach, get a set, like, I think it was like $20 an hour or something like that, $25 an hour, which as a young 20-something-year-old, like coming up as a fighter, I was like, word, this is really good. And then I actually started getting like clients from it. So my first client, he was a really super high-end massage therapist, and he owned his own practice in Long Island. And shout out to Pete. I don't even actually have Pete's last name. I got to like look up Pete's last name real quick. Give him some proper shout out. But anyways, so he was like, yo, dude, like, all right, I want to train with you. How much is it going to be? And I was like, it'll be like, $40. He's like, nah, dude, I'm going to pay you $50 an hour. Like, don't charge anything less than that. Like, he just looked out for me. You know what I mean? And then he actually paid me to come into his studio, Massage RX. That's the name of the facility. There, in my opinion, he's the best. Like, and when I say the best, I mean, this is J-Lo's massage therapist. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the best. He gets paid big primo dollars to travel on the road with J-Lo and take care of her. For a reason. Like, he's one of the best. He was on the board in the city, like, super awesome. My point is, when you're quality and you're really caring about these things, there's like people that will look out to you. Now, there's also people that will try and rip you off at every angle, and like you can kind of tell that pretty quickly. But my point is, when you see stuff like that, it means you're obviously like doing something right. Something's there that's beneficial. So I just wanted to share that and like resonate with that experience, and I appreciate that.
That's awesome, epic, dude. To have a client be like, no, I'm actually going to pay more. Like, you're worth more than what you're telling me.
Yeah, exactly. And he like just wanted to see me do good. Like you know, and like to your point, like that dude. And then what I would do is in that situation, ask him like he's saying, hey, give me this advice. Cool. Like, hey, do you know anyone else that could use, like, that's one thing I'm working on personally. We're building our systems. Oh, Rising Sun. Thanks for following my homie, Pat. Pat, you got a new follower on your channel.
Yeah, Rising Sun. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Rising Sun. Pat's an awesome dude. So you're just jumping in, I feel like. So we'll kind of maybe recap some of the other components of things. But thanks for the follow. I'm going to just drop a message in there for you. I got you. Boom. Yeah, Rising Sun.
Rising Sun. Love,
isn't that a great name, by the way?
Man. We're building a cult in there, so get in early.
Right? Yeah, I was watching on the TV, and I've been here for it. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, Delbert's following my homie Pat. Yeah, Delbert, thanks for the follow.
My guy.
Hey, guys, hop on over to Pat. Make sure you're following him, too, because he's going to be streaming not only here, but he's also going to be putting up shoppable videos. He's got, like, dude, so much great content. And, like, again, as a young entrepreneur and a young, passionate person, like, also, I don't think we covered, like, how old are you, Pat? Tell the people how old you are, because I think maybe you might – the like perception of your maturity might not carry over your age, if that makes sense.
Well, honestly, I think I'm I think I look a lot younger than I am. I'm actually
That's
26, dude. I just turned 26. I got no beard, bro. Where's my beard at?
Right? Like, when's that? So, dude, I still like.
Yeah,
I keep growing a full beard.
I need to start shooting up whatever it is that these guys are taking, man. Give me some trim. Like, I need a beard, bro. Yeah.
Get all the Mexican supplements.
Yeah. Give me the Chinese ones. But no, yeah, I'm 26 years old. Yep.
So Delbert says, "Dang, I got shoes older than you, son."
Epic.
Oh, yeah, Delbert. No shaving issues. Yeah, that's true, right? She's like, so Rising Sun saying like, at least you're lucky. You don't have to worry about shaving. I guess that's its own.
Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. Don't got to worry about that, you know?
Yeah. All right. So
great
now,
for sales.
So being able to do that, and like even right now we're building. So, dude, fun fact, you're going to see this too. We just launched our first app like 2 days ago, and it's going to be up in 2 to 4 weeks. It takes it a while because we're like working with a licensing company and like white labeling, which is a fancy way of saying like there's a parent company that we basically pay a fee for, and they launch the app for us and they help us run it. So what you guys will be able to see is we're going to have a free version of the app where you can like basically track your food logs and like do basic workout programs we're going to try and figure out for people for free. And then we're going to have our like upgrades, our premium, and all of our other awesome coaching like what you're on, Pat, and just make it a better experience. So you'll be able to literally go into the app store, type in lifestyle or fitness app, and then you're going to see our app pop up, which I'm super excited about. All right, so let's see. Hold on. So you got some more questions coming in. I just type people's name on my search, find their Amazon mic. So yeah, if you just copy and paste that link, it'll pull up the channel for you. Because I don't think Pat, your channel's not connected to your last name. So if you just type in Patrick, it should come up.
Okay.
I'm gonna just text that in. Just type that in.
My last name's kind of hard to spell. I need like an alias or something.
Right? Like we're just gonna call you Pretty Pat, bro. That's
yeah, dude. We can run that. That's for people who don't know. That's Pretty SB, dude. That was our skate crew back in the day. We're kids in Atlanta, little young kids, just want to skate and like make cool videos and stuff. I come home. I got sent to boarding school. I got kicked out of high school, and I went to like a whatever, like some other school to finish high school. And so I get back, and we filmed this video in the summer. We're just out filming, skating. We're like, dude, whatever. We're just filming stuff. And we make this edit, and we drop this edit. And so to preface it, like in skating, and I'm sure with martial arts and stuff, there's a lot more respect with that. And it seems like people are a lot cooler and less like, I don't know, gatekeepy. Yeah. But I don't know. It probably is the same way. But with skating, like, dude, when we're young kids and we're looking up to the older homies in our town that are like getting sponsored, we're looking at these guys like, man, these dudes are going to be pro one day. Like, these dudes are awesome. And they're kind of like not giving us the time of day. When like, dude, we're not some normal kids. It's like, bro, help us out. Like, let's all go up, you know? So that's to preface that. So we dropped this video at the end of the summer and just called it. My homie was like, dude, I'm going to make this company. We're going to sell t-shirts and stuff. I'm calling it Pretty SB, and just name this video Pretty Number One. So we dropped this video. Boom, it goes crazy. It hit the skate world. And like overnight we had like 10,000 views on it. I'd never had a video. Yeah, on 10,000 on YouTube. I never had a video
that time.
Or actually, I'm exaggerating. It was like 2 or 3 days, but we hit 10K like really fast, and I was like, "Yo, this is insane!" Everyone's sharing it on Instagram. All these like skaters that like we looked up to, and like other people, like they put it on the Fader, which is like this music blog. I don't even know, but basically, it like gained like a little bit of traction, and we were like, "Yo, this is lit! Like, what the heck?" And so we just keep running with that. Dropped a few more, started doing events, basically just like put on for our city at the time. And so that's what Pretty SB is. So when we made our Instagram names, we just did Pretty Dot. So all my friends, it'll be like Pretty Dot, Rich, Pretty Dot, Drew James. So it's all, you see that Pretty Dot, that's guaranteed one of my day ones. So that's what it is.
Which is awesome. And I think that's such a cool, like, when you do what you love and then you see like some validation in it, you're like, oh, dude, that's possible. Like, that's what's up. Like, that's such a cool thing, I think, to realize. For like, I don't know. I don't have that same experience. I've never had like personally, I've never had something go like super viral, like one shot, but seeing different friends or people, or just like seeing things accumulate over time. Like, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but like, I actually had, we had our own show in Asia, like a talk show, like an MMA talk show. That like I was just putting it up on YouTube, and then the producer started like, "Yo, we want to license it out in Asia." Fortunately, they took all our money. Like I learned that the hard way. They just straight up like jacked us. But like it's cool to see like the response again from that. So, anyways, I'm just trying to like see what questions we have. Let's see what that brings up. Rising Sun, my nephew is a skateboarder. He used to say he was sponsored, but I don't know how true that is. Yeah, I mean, and I feel like sponsorship, especially in the either like action sports or combat sports world, like you could just get like 50% off stuff and like say like I've seen deals like, hey, we're just gonna give you like 50% off for this stuff and you're sponsored. Like so like there's a varying degree of what sponsorship could mean to people. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah. And as far as her nephew is concerned, or as far as maybe she is concerned for her nephew, skating is a great thing. And to be totally honest, it is not the best financial decision. Straight up.
Sure.
And when you're a kid and you think that you're gonna get to the top of this skate game and get rich and everything, the game is different now. It's 100% different. So that's my little tangent. But good for your nephew. Skateboarding's awesome. It's the best community building thing I've ever came across in my whole life. It has developed me into the person I am today. I'm so grateful for it. So it is 100% a positive thing.
And I think that's to your point. Like, even if you don't make a career out of it, if you have like a positive outlook, right? He sells cars now. And then I don't know who this guy is. Or
Nice.
I know who this cool guy is. Wait, what? Oh, you're saying
the skaters will always adapt. That's the thing. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, like, I think Chris is just jumping in the chat about like just skating and different people. So yeah, I like, and that's I think being able to like again follow your passion, but like just having an outlet and a purpose for yourself is like also really important. For my experience, that's why whether it's martial arts, sports, athletics, like if it brings you joy and it gets you moving, even if it doesn't bring you money, like there's such a positive. I talk about like joyful movement and some of those components as well. So, all right, so we got that. Hit me, Pat. Hit me.
I was gonna say, you want to hear a crazy skate story?
Yes.
Okay, dude. So this just is an example of the passion that goes into skateboarding, or an example of the passion that goes into anything that you just are like blindly in love with or whatever, or just like want to do it. And you're like so determined. So at this point in my life, I think I was like maybe 18 or 19 or something like that. I'm living with my buddy and his mom on like his futon, and I'm working at a tree company, doing tree work, busting myself 4 days a week, and then skating like all those other days. So I quit that job. Because I went to Tampa Am. It was a skate contest, and they were like, "Dude, you have to come in this weekend, or you're fired."
That's a huge contest, right?
I was like, "Sick, man. I'm in Tampa." Like, oh, sorry, yeah. I was like, "Sick, man. I'm in Tampa." Like, whatever. And so I got fired, and then I got a job at Jimmy John's, which was like so bad. I was doing deliveries, and I was getting paid like $200 every 2 weeks, bro. I was living off of $200 every 2 weeks. And so, which is like, dude, I have no idea how I made that happen. But so I worked that job for like 3 weeks, and then Tampa Am was coming back up. It was the same timing. And so I'm like, dude, we have to go to Tampa Am. It's like the biggest amateur skate contest in the country, and it's just super lit. And it's like, if you're looking to do something in the skate industry, you have to be at these events. You have to show your face. If you have a little bit of traction, you got to show up and let people know, oh, these are those guys. These are, put a face to a name. And so we're like, dude, there's no choice. We're going to Tampa Am. So there's 4 of us in my car. All of us have $0. I had $0 in my bank account, and my one buddy had $50. And so we were like, all right, bro, we can at least get down to Tampa. Yeah, we were like, we can at least make it down there. And so I knew I was getting paid direct deposit that Friday. And it was my first time setting up direct deposit. So these are all crucial details. So we get down to Tampa. We've obviously spent that $50 on gas and stuff. We get down there and we got nowhere to go. We're just like, dude, what the heck? So we're in this McDonald's parking lot getting ready to go to sleep at like 3 a.m. All my buddies are pissed at me because they're like, dude, you talked us into this. Like, what did you know? And
what are we doing?
I'm the positive guy. I'm like, dude, this is all fine. Like, dude, we're good, whatever. But they're like, bro, you talk to this, whatever. So I'm like, here, let me check my bank account and see if my direct deposit for $200 from Jimmy John's hit my account. Like I said, it was the first time I ever set up direct deposit. That's a crucial detail. So no. I go to the ATM. It's Thursday night, but technically it's Friday. It's like 3 a.m. Friday morning. And I go to the ATM in some random gas station and open my account, and it was $1,500 hit my account, and I never had $1,000 in my life. Woo! And I was like, bro, this is insane. I was like, this has to be a mistake. So I started taking it all out in cash at that ATM. Yeah, I started taking it out. That ATM froze my thing, so I went to the Publix ATM, took more out, and then eventually, I had $1,000 cash, and they froze my card. So, but I had $1,000 cash, dude. We got a hotel. Oh, so here's the best part. So, I take the money out at the first ATM. All my boys are waiting in the car, super bummed out. They're probably talking dude, this is the worst, whatever. Can't believe we're here. I go back to the car. I got this whole stack of 20s. I go back to the car, open up the door, and I just splash some money. I'm like, yo, we're lit. And I pass the 20 out to all my boys. I was like, hell yeah. And they're all banging the roof. They're like, yeah, this is insane. And so we book a hotel. We're good in Tampa Am. I paid for everybody's passes for all 3 days. I bought the homie a board, bought myself some shoes, trucks. We were good in there, but eating food. Bro, we were so lit. And, never went back to that Jimmy John's. They tried to call me, never answered the calls, none of that. And so it was a blessing, and I took it and ran off with it. Yeah.
Boom, dude, that's a serious story. And then also, Chris, right here, this is Pat's streaming channel, by the way, if you want to check it out. So you can see it.
Epic.
Dude, that's a crazy story. Jimmy John's.
That's insane, dude. Yeah, that's one of my top ones. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, what we meant to send is $150, but we sent you $1,500. Might be.
Yeah, dude, I had this theory that maybe they accidentally gave me the manager's check or something, and they messed up the, something like that.
Who knows? And then Rising Sun's then you were broke 2 days later and no way to get home.
Right.
Yeah, that money's gone now. But it's again learning those lessons. All right, dude, when I come into money, the first time you see any new amount in your bank account, it takes some discipline, it takes some willpower, it takes some training to not just blow it.
Yeah, dude. 100%. And when you're a kid in that situation where you're living your own life, but you and your boys are so tight that it's all right, if I get some money right now, my boys got some money right now, and it goes fast, but it's that's the stage of life, and I'll take it.
Dude, 100%. I think that's a really good kind of point. Just to all of that. So even again, man, I've seen, I won't go into all these personally, but all right. So we're kind of getting into the final stretch. We got about 15 more minutes for our live, guys. So I figure we'll just take this time and then I'm going to finish highlighting. I pretty much hit all the products, guys, but if you have questions for Pat, for myself, and then we'll also pick the winner of our nickname contest. And then Akash, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you.
You.
So, all right. So guys, so real quick, hit us with your final nickname picks in either Pat or mine's chat, and then we will pick which one gets the giveaway. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna do I don't know. I'll figure out what we're gonna do for a giveaway. I'll maybe do you will get free access to our app. When we have the app up, I'll send you guys free access to our app before anyone else gets free access or access to the app. And then Rising Sun saying have 2 accounts, direct deposit your check, transfer set amount to savings, and never look at savings. Don't touch it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, so this is one thing that I've and like again, because I have accounting parents, like I've learned this earlier on. Just because I learned this doesn't mean I actually implemented it. It takes enough discipline to take action on this. Like there's really, I think, 5 essential accounts to have from my experience. There's the fun account. So you have like, hey, I want to go out on a date. I want to go get this new skateboard. I want to go get these new boxing gloves. You got a fun account that has money in it. He's already pretty boy. How can you rename him? I guess like, yeah, you're
hey, I'll take it.
Pretty Pat. That's all right.
Drop your number. Yeah, drop your number in the chat.
Right? Yeah, and you're like, bam, slide it over. So we've got your fun account, and that's like, hey, so if we want to go to the movies, whatever, you got that money. Boom, that's one. Number 2, the emergency fund account or emergency funds account. So like that's like ish hits the fan, COVID happens, everything shuts down, you got no money coming in from whatever. You got your emergency funds, and that number from what I've seen with financial professionals is like try and have at least 3 to 6 months worth of all your bills in that account. So like whatever that, I'm just gonna say it's like 30 grand, right? So have 30 grand in that emergency account. Have like $500 in a fun account. And then the third account is a brokerage account, like an investment account where you have your stocks, all that fun stuff. Then your fourth one is like another version of a retirement, either a 401k, a Roth IRA. That's like where you don't touch it. Even with the brokerage, like this is the way I have it set up. I have a brokerage account that like I don't touch. That's like a retirement account. But then I also have another investment account that I just have like where if I need money emergency wise, I can sell and liquidate stocks and do what I got to do. And then she says, Pat, I could be your mother. I mean, listen.
Sorry. Yeah, I apologize.
Pat doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, I don't discriminate. Yeah, I don't discriminate. But I apologize. Yeah.
Make the emergency fund a money market. So, yeah, and then you can and then again, it's like depending on, this is not financial advice, guys. It's just like what I've learned and what I currently do into a certain capacity. And even like right now, like transparently, like I have a fraction of those numbers in my accounts. Like even I want to have a minimum of 500 in our fun account for my wife, and then one for me. We maybe have like $100 in that, honestly, right now. And then like for our emergency account, I basically like transparently, I pretty much liquidated everything that I could except for our retirement account to like reinvest in the company and cover some cash flow things going on right now until we have some contracts and cash coming in from all these things we're working on. So that's like, and this is from a business owner. If you're working as a salaried professional, maybe you split this up differently. I always think it's great when you have an employer that will match your 401k. So if you get like, hey, put 10% in and we'll match up to 10%. I always say dump that money in there because that's free money you're getting. But anyways, that's like a whole nother thing. Now to bring it home, final, I'm curious, like what questions do you guys have? Because I'm going to be filming content after this for the next month, for all of March. We're going to be doing like resistance bands, cooking, like wellness Wednesday, basically, motivation Monday, try something new Tuesday, wellness Wednesday, trainer tip Thursday. What is Friday? I don't even know what it is. Like fun Friday. Oh, fun day. No. Fitness Friday, show and tell Saturday, Sunday, fun day. So I already have a list of ideas. I'm going to actually show it to you guys and some requests that my manager sent me. But I'm curious if you guys want to see other stuff too. So we're going to do like 2 to 5 stitches and duets per week. Talking about a typical workout, life hacks for discipline to eat healthy, meal prep, favorite meal. I'm going to do that today. Then I've got like all my Monday motivation stuff. Try something new. What's up? And now let's go into boom. We got all these different fun things. Would you rather run 5 miles and then we do something else? And then these kind of topics. I'm curious if you guys have any suggestions or requests. Ooh, this grown woman needs a job. All I have been doing is draining accounts for 5 years with nothing coming in. Heck, I didn't even get free government money. Don't do what I've done. Wait, what? Why? Like I want now. You're dropping all that on me, Rising Sun. Now I want to know why. Like few reasons. Why didn't you get any like stimulus money? Are you like on the run? You know what I mean? Are you like on the road or wanted?
Yeah, there's some layers to this one.
Yeah. Now I want to, and maybe you've like said this, Rising Sun. I missed it. And then like, what's been going on? Is it like, were you on disability? Like maybe you didn't qualify for a stimulus for something because you were on like maybe unemployment prior. I'm just curious. Like, I'm just being nosy now. You can't say that kind of stuff and then not give us any more detail. I need to know.
100%. You gotta expand.
And then, so while we're doing this, I'll bring it home with some of the last bits of coaching. I wanted that, and this is typically what our calls look like that to a certain degree. I haven't paid taxes with no income. So yeah, you have no proof of like income, so you got. But even I feel like for a stimulus check, you should have gotten like $1,500 or whatever that number is.
Oh yeah, no, I think it was like you had to have paid taxes in 2018 or something to qualify for the stimmy.
Gotcha. Okay, and then she's saying left my federal job and haven't looked for another job. Gotcha. Okay, so it sounds like maybe you just needed a break from everything.
Yeah, I feel.
Are you ex-CIA?
Get out of the work life for a second and take a breath. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, and I get that too. So all right, so here's my question to you, Pat. What are we focusing on in the next week? Like, what's like the main? Because I know you've been getting after jiu-jitsu, right? You've been getting into the 10th planet. You're working on this landscaping deal. We're working on just being able to like financially effectively eat quality food. But like, what are you focusing on in the next week?
Just getting in there more. Yeah, getting in there more. I got in the gym 3 times this week, which is cool. But I can go unlimited now. So it's like, man, I could go 3 times a day if I wanted to. So yeah, get in there at least 4 times this week. And just keep that rolling. And they have a whole rubber guard class on Sundays. So I might go to that this Sunday. They got fundamentals tomorrow. So I'm going to go to that tomorrow and just keep it rolling in that regard. And then as far as everything else goes, same thing, just keep it rolling. Rest, get the good food in, take my time to myself, stay off my phone, and just keep my head clear. Because that's, it's all the little maintenance tweaks that like keep you flowing in the right direction. And it's easy to kind of like put some of them aside when things are going well, and then all of a sudden you end up back where you were at, and you're like, oh, now I gotta like start working hard again. So just keep the consistency and just keep it going and keep pushing the ball up the hill.
For sure. All right, so that's awesome. So what I heard you say was continuously show up at the gym, continuously take care of good nutrients going into your body, and just showing up and focusing on the things that you can control. So now I want one measurable goal related to that, meaning if you want to go into the gym, what's the minimum amount of times you want to get into the gym this next week?
4 for sure, yeah.
Boom.
Not including Sunday rubber guard class.
Oh, snap. Young Sam's here a little early.
Isn't that sick, Coach Mike? Every Sunday, bro, there's a whole class on rubber guard. Every Sunday.
Dude, that is amazing. And, like, especially you're at the headquarters where, like, you're learning it from the origin of that. Like, because, like, rubber guard wasn't a thing before Eddie Bravo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he created,
right.
Like, really emphasized that focus. All right, so what we're going to do is Young Sam just rolled up, so I'm going to come get him, and he's going to jump on the stream for the last, like, 5, 6, 7 minutes while we're bringing it home. So in the meantime, though, Pat, I'm going to have you hang out with the people for, like, 2 seconds while I go get the door. And if you guys got questions for him, type them in the chat, and then I'll share it to him when I get back. And then also –
yeah, I wish I could read the chat.
Yeah, you can pull it up. You can pull it up on your laptop. If you want to pull it up on your laptop, you can go to Amazon.com. And then go to the live section. You can see all the live streams in the feed.
Okay, I actually don't have Wi-Fi right here where I am, so I'll just ramble until you get back.
Yeah, just ramble it out.
Yeah, I'll just ramble it out. I'll tell this story about how I got this van. This is another. I've got a screw loose, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So I was getting ready to drive out to California to pursue this whole skateboarding thing. 2-3 years ago. And so I start to drive out there with 2 of my buddies in a Toyota Highlander. It had 300,000 miles on it. We get to Kansas. As soon as we're about to cross that like gnarly dead zone from Kansas to Colorado, my car breaks down. The thing ran out of oil, and it just absolutely destroyed the engine. And so it's clicking, it's knocking, and I wake up and my buddy was driving, and I'm like, dude, what's happening? So we end up pulling off into a place, like we look up a mechanic shop, and it was the closest one. It was like a mile up the road. We pull off and go to sleep outside this mechanic shop and get ready for the morning. We wake up in the morning to the cops knocking on the window, and they're like, what are you doing parked here or whatever? It was a female officer, and she was super nice. She was like kind of motherly. And so she was like, man, what are you kids like doing here, basically. And I told her the story, told her our whole little thing, and that was that. She was like, okay, no problem, send us on our way. So we get into the repair shop. We're talking to these guys. This guy basically is like, dude, you're done for. Your car is completely done for. So we're sitting there, we're waiting, and we see the cop lady come back around. And my apologies for those of you who are in the chat that are police officers. That me saying cop, it kind of sounds derogatory. I'm a skater, so sorry. I love police. But so the police officer comes back up, and she comes in, and I'm in the bathroom, and my buddies are like, oh my God, what is this lady coming back in for? Like, this can't be good. And the people at the repair shop knew this police officer, and they were like, man, she's like the hard one of the town. It's a small town. They're like, man, what did these boys do, So she comes in and has McDonald's gift cards and was like, yo, you boys are on a journey. I just want to support, here's like some McDonald's gift cards. Go get you something to eat. And I was like, and we were tripping out. I got out of the bathroom. They're like, yo, the cop, she just came back and gave us, McDonald's or whatever. So we're all tripping out, but we got no car. We got no way to get to McDonald's. So I'm in the back just talking to the repair guy. They're like, dude, you're screwed. Yeah, they're like, this car is not going anywhere. And I'm like, man. So I'm, contemplating my options, et cetera, et cetera. I had a little bit of money saved up from this moving company that I was working at. So, like, I could pretty much pay for anything like $3,000 and below. So I was like willing to get it fixed or whatever. I just wanted to make it to California. But so one of the repair guys was like, yo, bro, come over here. I dap him up. He hands me his keys to his car and was like, bro, take my keys. He was like, take my car up the road and get some McDonald's with you and the boys. And I was like, what? I was tripping out. I was like, no way. And so I, tell the boys, we get back, we hop in the dude's car. And he was like, by the way, bro, the tags are expired. He was like, okay, here we go. And we're back. Cut.
Yeah, we're back.
Here, pop up right over here. I got you on the second camera.
Yeah. All right, so Young Sam is here. Dude, we got like all the things just happened in the last 2 minutes.
Yes, Sam.
Hold on, I'm going to add in the extra camera. Let's turn it over here. There's Young Sam. Boom. Let's pop him in the bad boy. Oh, there he is.
What's up?
Let's zoom in a little bit. We'll lock you on. Boom. Isn't that cool?
Yes, sir. There you go. It's good, Sam.
Yeah, technology. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick. Thanks, Sam. So I go outside, right? Young Sam's here. By the way, guys, if you are in Asheville, North Carolina, and you need videography work, Sam's your dude. Also, if you're just digital and you need some marketing consulting or anything like that, Sam's also your dude.
Sam, where should they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram.
Boom, I'm going to pull it up right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in the chat. So we go outside real quick. And it's lace. Do you want lace up or do you want your personal?
I'll do my personal one. Okay. Yeah. You also follow Lace Up.
Yeah, also follow Lace Up USA. And then Young Samuel or
yeah, Young _.
There we go. All right. So I'm gonna throw that here if you guys want to go check them out. Boom. And then this is my homie Sam, by the way. Pat, do you fix turf or just design and plant? So here, Rising Sun had a question for you, Pat. Do you fix turf or just do design and plant?
We do turf installs as well.
Ooh, they do turf installs as well. So really quickly, guys, in 5 minutes, we're going to go because my neighbor just asked me while I was outside. He's like, yo, dude, are you busy right now? I'm like, kind of, yeah. What's going on? He's like, yo, I literally just got into a wreck. My car's totaled. I need a ride to the U-Haul. I'm like, or I need to go to the U-Haul and get a ride. I'm like, I got you, bro. So we're going to finish up the stream in 1 minute. And then I'm going to go help my homie out. And then me and Sam are going to do all the filming. But I wanted to just bring it home, and I wanted Sam to just jump on and show his face real quick. You guys can go.
Chris says, hey, by the way, Samuel.
What's up, Chris?
First off, it's funny to see you as Samuel. I just think Young Sam or Sam.
Yeah.
But again, guys, follow Pretty Pat on Instagram. Follow Sam. Young Samuel again on Instagram. Mike, we need some landscape, dude. I'm telling you, Pat's your guy. If you need landscape, like what's a good
Yes, sir.
email for you, Pat?
Any landscaping inquiries?
Oh, you know what? All right,
Yeah,
so
any
I have
landscaping
Chris's
inquiries,
number.
Feel free to DM me on Instagram.
All right, I'll put up your Instagram too. Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, any
And I'm gonna
landscaping inquiries, feel free to DM me on Instagram or send me an email, patrick@sunsetgardenslandscape.com. That's patrick@sunsetgardenslandscape.com. And when I'm in the Asheville area this year, we will get in touch. I'll give you a quote, and we will get whatever you need done right.
Boom. All right. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's perfect timing. Pat, I appreciate you for just like hanging out, getting out that you got your own live stream. We honestly, let's actually hang out for like 3 more minutes because you need it to be 90 minutes to apply for the next level. So we're just gonna hang out for like a couple minutes.
Okay.
How you doing, by the way, Young Sam? How's your day going?
It's pretty good. Already got 2 workouts in.
Woo!
Get it, Sam. So I'm gonna do a workout.
Yeah.
We get some of the content going for. I got a list of some of the stuff for my dudes. So we're gonna do some cooking stuff. We're gonna do a workout, and then yeah, how you feeling after yesterday's all the rounds?
A little bit sore, but
It's good times. So yeah, yesterday it was Zach's birthday, our jiu-jitsu coach, and it was his 30th birthday. So he wanted us to do 30 rounds of rolls. So I think it was 3.5 minutes, 30 seconds rest in between. Is he related to Christian? No, they're not related to Christian. They're just like, we actually all know each other through the same gym. That's how I think our connecting factor, Rogue Combat Club. Shout out to Rogue here in Asheville, North Carolina. But no, they're not related, like not like siblings or anything like that. But yeah, in case you guys aren't already, also go check out Pat's channel. He looks like Christian. Oh, he looks like Christian. What's up? Blonde? Is it the blonde hair? You think it's like some of that like
Complexion and blondiness.
you could be his younger brother, honestly. I could see that.
not yet. But
Yeah, now
you'll get there.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to think what else. So sunsetlandscaping.com.
sunsetgardenslandscape.com. Check out our website.
I'll pull it up.
Consultations are free. Like I said, when I'm back in the Asheville area, we will get your situation handled.
And Chris isn't even in I want to say Chris is in like, I don't even know, like Wyoming or something. Yo.
Okay. Well, we can do a free consultation if you need a design. We can do that. Let's just send me an email, shoot me a text, or give me a call. My phone number is 404-276-4195. That's 404-276-4195. Shoot me a text, give me a call, and we'll talk, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Oh yeah. Callow had to go.
Big Sam. Yeah.
There.
Huh?
Callow's dealing with some business with the neighbor right now, so just you and me, Pat.
Okay, dude. I can barely hear you. It keeps cutting out a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna move to his seat.
I wish I could see the chat. I want to get active with the chat, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, I think it was picking me up off of this microphone. You're the one that like.
Oh, it was for sure. It's way loud.
Yeah. You almost got like
Epic.
mugged somewhere, right? Like that was you, right?
Almost got what?
Like I
missed
feel
that.
like I
What'd you say?
remember
Almost
hearing
got
a
what?
story. I feel like I remember hearing a story about you like taking somebody down, like protecting your homie.
Protect, dude. I have had to use this stuff from the gym probably like 5 times since I stepped in the gym last year. It's been insane. Like, dude, the other week in Atlanta, this guy was like pressing my homie, who's like a little short dude. He was like making out with his girlfriend at the bar or whatever, you know, PDA, whatever, however you feel about that. Some dude is like staring at them, watching them like make out. And so my homie, of course, was like, yo, like, you know, are you good, bro? Like, what's your deal? And so this guy starts pressing him because my kid's like, or my friend's like a short like dude, and he's like doesn't know nothing about nothing, but he was just like checking the guy. And so I see this guy who's like pretty damn big. Like this dude was like, you know, he had like some muscles. He was probably a good 6 foot, just literally in my homie's face. I was like, yo, this is no good. And so I walk over and I get between them, and I'm basically like, yo, what's going on? You know, like chill out basically. And he's like got his eyes all wide. This dude's like wired out on something, and he's just trying to stare my homie in the face, like look him in the eyes. And I was like, nah, bro. And this is why I'll preface this too with saying I know nothing about none of this stuff, bro. Anybody who's been in the gym for like 6 months would whoop me. You know what I mean? So I'll preface it with that. But basically, but then also any untrained guy, I like feel like I, you know, am very comfortable with. But so this guy's getting in my homie's face, and I'm like, dude, this is like not cool. So I basically get in between them, and I'm just looking at this guy, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, bro, don't look at him. I was like, look at me, you know. And I'm crazy, bro. I've been through a bunch of crazy stuff, so you can see the crazy in my eyes when you look at me. So I'm like, dude, look at me, and I'm staring this guy in his eyes, and then basically my homie was like, you know, basically this guy was looking at me, and this guy's way bigger than me, dude. But like, I must have been giving him some type of look, and I was like totally calm. I had no adrenaline. That's the whole thing. No adrenaline. I was not mad. Nothing. I was just like, bro, look at me in the face. And then he looks at me. There's like this whole moment of tension where it could have broke out, and then eventually I dapped the dude up, you know, and it was like a dap up. It was like a dap up, like, all right, bro, like we could both go at this right now, but neither one of us wants to do this. And we like just looked each other in the face. Was like, all right, bro, like continue on your night. And that was epic. I felt so badass for that shit, dude. I was like, man, I just fucking. Oh, sorry. I'm letting it all hang out here in the chat. I was like, dude, I was so hyped. I was like, man, I just protected the homie. I don't know. That's so yeah, dude, I'm so grateful. Like I've literally had to use this stuff so much in so many different situations. De-escalating, like you said, there was this other thing that I talked about earlier, choking some guy. Like, dude, it's been insane. My friend the other night tried to do something crazy to me while I was trying to sleep. Bro, this is insane. Yeah. This is the last one, and then we're done for the chat. My friend the other night tried to do something crazy to me while I was asleep. Like not something that's like not cool at all. And I like woke up out of my sleep and just instinctively, I'm laying down, so it had no power to it, but just instinctively hit this kid with a 1-2 and then got him right in the guillotine and was just choking him. And was like, bro, what are you doing, bro? You know what I mean? And but it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just definitely been awesome. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's been awesome. And in those situations in the past, maybe I wouldn't have known how to, you know, do none of that or whatever. Well, I know I wouldn't, because some guy tried to kill me. But well, that's a story for another day.
We're gonna save that story for another stream when we get like more. Well, I think we'll really get it going. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose. I gotta reel it in.
Yeah, well, but dude, that's pretty much it. So, Pat, again, I appreciate you, Young Sam, appreciate you holding it down. I had to go chat. And again, guys, Pat will be back. We'll probably do some more collaborative streams, and then Pat, we'll connect either later tonight or like this weekend with how you can apply for the next layer to Amazon. And then if you guys want to see Young Sam on Amazon, let us know in the chat as well. Because I feel like Young Sam will have a good time over here. But we're going to play this outro, and we're going to get out of here. Dude, this is a bro talk. Get out of here, Rob. Get out of here, Rob. I mean, it's definitely a bro talk for sure, but I need to. All right, guys. We're out. We're going to catch you later. I'll be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and then I'll be back next week one more time. Here's everybody.